Hi guys, as you can see, I have a bit of a messy desk today, but there are three beautiful cards in front of you. This is going to be a reading for November 2025, and we are going to do it in a slightly different manner this time. But right now, all you have to do is close your eyes and pick up the energy of what card is attracting you the most. If you're confused between these cards, then again close your eyes and between number 1, 2, 3, think of the number that flashes first. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3. Okay, let's get started. Hi, pile number 1. If you chose this card, which is the Sweet Holy One, then this is your reading. For the month of November, what I've done here today is I'm trying to do something different. Instead of pulling out specific card for specific areas, I have a bunch of cards here. And I'm going to be mix and matching, reading between cards to see that what is going to be happening in your month of November. With the Sweet Holy One, I feel as if you're waiting for some sweetness in your life. Life could be feeling sweet of late. Simpler messages, I also feel as if you may have had or consumed a lot of sweets in the last few weeks. Of course, with the festive season going on, that could be true for a lot of us. I think now your mind might be getting gravitated towards how do I fix my schedule? How do I get back to my schedule? Okay. I do feel much more strongly though that a lot of you are desiring sweet rewards now. You feel, oh my god, I've done like enough, I've hustled through it, can I have the rewards please? And interestingly, there is a lot of money energy in your cards. And even the cards which may not specifically have money, they are talking a lot about like dealing with people and being a bit cunning. Okay, so let's start with your reading. Your desire is definitely this. Okay, and you're kind of waiting that when will I come into my Empress moment. For very few people here, I also feel if you had been meaning to get pregnant or meaning to have a baby, things may not be going as you planned or as you had hoped for. Okay. If you are pregnant right now and you're just about to deliver either in this month or coming few, there's a chance you would have to go through a cesarean. Now, for a lot of you, it feels like as if you're waiting for your ultimate moment in life now. You feel when will that phase come where things would feel a little bit more settled, more relaxed. Okay. However, there is some very interesting energy here about couple of things. The first being your mind. Your mind right now could be such that it's probably making you feel low about yourself. Your mind could be going through anxiety, restlessness. So there is a fog of all these not so pleasant emotions on you right now. And you would have to learn in the next phase or in this month of November, or it may kickstart from November, that how do you tame your mind? Okay, so mind taming is going to be extremely important. Your mind is going to waver you quite a lot. Another message that I'm getting is a lot of you are going to get disconnected from certain people in your social circle. You would not feel like putting in the same effort anymore, or you may realize certain realities, certain truths about them. I do feel from the next few months, okay, I just don't want to put all the pressure on November. There is activation of your luck in your natal chart, okay. Your 11th house could be getting activated, which is the house of wishes and desires, or your 9th house could be getting activated, because of which what is happening is there is going to be some positive change for sure in your life. Okay, painful. It's going to start off painfully, or you may start questioning, I want to bring a change in my friend circle networks and how I achieve my desires. Why am I not able to achieve my desires? I want to I want to create my own luck. So I think, yeah, in the next few months, this realization is going to dawn upon you. Okay, guys, also I keep saying next few months because I do feel putting pressure on, like, 1 month is difficult for messages like these, but however it resonates. So I do feel and I hear that a lot of you are going to figure out ways of convincing yourself that creating your own luck is possible, and let me do that now. Okay, because with the Mars card here, some of you may have your Atma Karka as Mars, and while I spoke of a weak mind, what I also feel is some of you may have your Atma Karka as Moon. Your moon could also be strong in your chart, or maybe now is the time to strengthen your moon, which is strengthen your mindset, and your Mars could also be getting activated, which is a very action taking planet. Okay, now what's happening in November apart from this big theme and message? I see travel with these two cards here. There's definitely going to be travel. Interesting, I did not even look at this card. Everything has to end someday, be prepared. There is definitely an ending happening in your life. Okay, this could be in career. Some of you now could be switching into business or could be moving fields. There's not enough romance energy in the cards, but chalo, if I were to take like a Knight of Cups and Empress and make something out of it, because you all have different lives, I would say that, okay, maybe something to do in the areas of romance also. There is a new energy, new shift coming in. If you were single for long, somebody is coming in. If you were hung up on someone, you might be moving away from them. If it's a marriage, certain bigger questions of what I also feel of how do we keep this together, how do we grow together financially are going to be asked. Okay, I feel as if a lot of you people are going to be moving into something new in your career which would require a lot of dedication. And these are things like maybe preparing for, say, one of these competitive exams, UPSC, IAS. For few, it could be moving into a business. For few, it could be going back to school, maybe. Like, after you have worked for so long, somebody is preparing for GMAT, CAT. I mean, there is a huge change in your career, and at least those questions are going to start bugging you now. There's a tiny energy of a freeloader friend in your group also, or somebody who takes a lot from you and doesn't really reciprocate. It's time to bid them bye in the month of November. I see a lot of travel energy. So either plans could be made in November or you could actually be traveling in November. There is also this another energy of moving ahead in life. Like, November is going to make you ask hard questions about yourself, because of which you would be forced to move away from something, no matter how uncomfortable. You know, some of you could be relocating. Yeah. Okay. Now with certain cards here, which is, there's a lot of swords and pentacles energy. Okay, so what I feel is there is a need now to like become cunning. If you're not cunning, you would have to become a bit cunning, diplomatic, smart. You would have to fight for what you feel is your right. Okay, because you could be in a space, you know, where you are not in a very positive relationship with money, and this is a very important message. It might be for select few. You may need to sit and have a chat with yourself about how you view money. Was money always seen as कि अरे बड़े जिनके पास पैसा होता है वो हमेशा गंदे कामों से ही आता है, or like, you know, black money, white money. What I'm trying to say is that did you grow up with a lot of negative feelings or negative outlook towards money? Because that could also be contributing to your scarcity right now, and the fact that, you know, money only comes after a lot of hard work. Money is like the most difficult thing to attain. You may have to sit with yourself and change these mindsets, okay? And you may have to do some affirmations to basically have a much more positive outlook towards money. And once you will start doing that, you will also start realizing that how loving money and being comfortable with the energy of money makes you more wiser and diplomatic in the real world also. Okay, I don't know why I feel there's a connect between that for some of you. I'm seeing some themes of like, you putting boundaries in place, you being very intuitive in the month of November and knowing exactly what's going to happen or who is doing what, who is trying to, act a bit smart around you. And I think you would be able to tackle them as long as you're present mentally, to take life head on. November is definitely a month where you need to take life head on. It's like that you should not rest till the time, your desires and results and the conversations you need to have, you see them through. You could be given some sort of like a leadership role in the month of November. You could be in limelight. So there's a lot of energy of being seen by a lot of people. Okay, there could be responsibilities on you. Some of you could be fighting for your appraisals in the month of November. But what I do feel is generally like you are going to be closing out some chapter in your life in the month of November, and a lot of thinking about what next with this person, or what next in my life, what next in my career. Do I want to be here? Do I want to be someplace else? Advice in the month of November is also to be a little careful of people who are acting smart with your money. Sometimes it could be like you've given a repair job to somebody and they're not able to really help you. Good time to take a second assessment. So be a little conservative with your money in the month of November. Be a little smart around people. There could be people around you, who just want to like take advantage of you or your money or the benefits that come with you. A big new opportunity could also be on the horizon, and maybe that's why you're being told like be a little diplomatic, cunning, be alert. Don't be like, in this energy of, oh, I'm just thinking too much in my head, I'm failing to notice things. Do your regular life, interact with people, try and understand and hear their perspective. See how people are telling on themselves by whatever they are sharing. All of this is somehow going to help you, maybe also in landing up the right opportunity. Okay, but it feels like as if November is a month where you would have this hard conversation about that, hey, what do I do when it comes to my luck? And the answer would be you got to create your own luck, and you're going to be happy with that answer. And I think it will come to you very fast with the 8 of Wands energy here and some of the Swords energy here. It will not take forever for you to land on this answer. It will come to you fast. You will see like a complete flip. Anything else? Too many questions you have now. I just saw the devil now, but I'm trying not to make much of it. Cute. Did I not start the reading by saying that I'm not really seeing anything strong for love? And look. Okay. See, literally, I feel as if the cards have just tried to sum up your month of November, which is the month would start with a lot of confusion, a lot of things that you have to handle, maybe feeling overwhelmed, maybe feeling chaotic in your life, not knowing what should be it, a lot of overthinking, distress. And then somewhere around second week of this month, it would start sorting itself out. Things would start making sense and you would feel much more relaxed. And somehow this entire month is going to bring a very pivotal shift in your life. For few, like I said, this could be some decision that you need to make on the romance front also. Or there could be somebody new entering your life, So there's a chance of that also. Regardless, I just feel that, even with the new happenings or whatever, the overall month energy would feel like very chaotic, overwhelming. And then by the end of the month, you would have a deep sigh, believing that, oh, now I know what I need to do. This feels like, okay, I'm going somewhere. So that is how the energy is going to be. So literally, your cups all over the place are going to get sorted. There are chances you may feel lucky in small pockets throughout the month. And there is that energy, I feel a lot of you are going to be actually practicing some sort of manifestation in this month, Let me also put up a video on my Instagram for this so it helps you guys. But Yeah, I feel some of you are going to be manifesting or starting like a manifestation routine, affirmations routine, or something in the month of November. Because of which, even if not the bigger things, but the answers would start coming in, that clarity. And second, smaller things are going to feel miraculous. Like small things will keep on happening to reaffirm your belief in it. Okay? And then we have the lovers. Things are going to be divinely guided. So, yeah. Okay, now let's just take messages from this book. This is a book I have for you guys today. This is a Vietnamese writer, and they have written like a lot of such mini books basically on simple Zen ways of living. So let's pull out a message for pile number 1. Let's just let this card rest here with this book. Pile number 1 for the month of November. What is it that they need to know? I'm gonna flip the screen. Started biting my nails again. It's looking so ugly on the screen. Pile number 1, pile number 1, pile number 1. What do they need to hear? The intervention of insight. Anger is an organic living thing, and so is love. If you know how to handle our anger, it can turn into love. Just when we know how to take care of our compost, we can transform it into a beautiful rose. Is garbage negative or positive? It can be positive. If we know how to handle it, I hope you guys, like, in case somebody wants to screenshot, is it clear? Let me just check. Okay, I'm continuing to read. When we are able to see someone suffer, okay, can anger be positive or negative? It can be positive if we know how to handle it. Anger is same. We do not need to get rid of it. We are unable to see someone suffering and understand their situation, and we have a different way of looking at it. And that's how compassion arises. Compassion transforms our anger because we don't want to punish the other person. Thanks to our insight, we can correct our wrong perception. Instead of anger, fear, despair, we have compassion and willingness to help the other person. Forgiveness. When you can see all the causes that lead to another person's actions, forgiveness arises naturally. You can't force yourself to forgive. Forgiveness is the fruit of awareness and insight, the result of really seeing someone and understanding their suffering. I also feel as if you're going to be maybe forgiving somebody in the month of November. Just translating simply and loosely from this message. Or I feel that, the people with whom you had been fighting for very long and the people that you harbored a lot of resentment for, I think if not to them, but in your mind, you will just make peace with that. And with the intervention of insight, I literally feel, like you going from confusion moment to finally being everything sorted, right? So I think that insight is definitely something that's going to come to you in this month of November. I don't know why I feel like saying that, this group needs to do something to strategically bring that insight. Like maybe sit down and journal, or like, write your thoughts every now and then, read up on certain articles, books. I don't know what will help you, but it's like you need to work towards getting that insight also. Okay, don't waste your time, basically, is the message. So that was it for you, pile number 1. Let me know how it resonated. I'll see you in your next one. Hi, pile number 2. If you chose this card, the squeeze, and this is your reading, what I feel with the squeeze is either you feel that life has been squeezing you a lot, or maybe the month of energy, the month of November is going to feel like it squeezed a lot out of you. I also feel as if genuinely there is some situation in your life which is squeezing a lot out of you. And I'm just going to give you the first message that's coming to me instinctively, that some of you could be having trouble with your in-laws or in marriage, the responsibilities of marriage, some trouble with some authority figure. If you're not married, then maybe like, with a father, with a mentor. But there is some sort of a trouble with some person in your life because of which you feel very restrained, or you feel like you're having to conduct yourself in a certain manner, and it's not sitting very well with you. There's also a chance of some solid confrontation or fight in the month of November, you know. I do feel as if the parties involved are going to be older than you, and they feel like related to you. So they could be relatives or like in-laws or parents or your own spouse, or related in sense like, you know, at workplace, like a mentor or a boss. So I do feel as if there is some trouble related to some elderly figure in your life, okay? Or you know, not just elderly figure, let's call it like the institutional figures. um Let me give an example. Like, you know, you and your boss might be of the same age, but hierarchically, you would always have to listen to your boss. So that is the kind of trouble I'm sensing. Like, figures of authority, figures who carry, from a societal lens, more power than you. Okay? For very few, I feel you could be looking for someone like that in the month of November. Like, you need a mentor, you need some guiding spirit. There's also a lot of energy of praying in these cards, okay? Like, because I feel your month of November, were you also confused between pile 1 or no? I mean, do comment and let me know. I feel you may have been confused with pile 1 also, and then you just selected this pile. So hold on, okay, in case like the previous message was not just relatable, because there is couple of other things as well here. Okay, your month of November feels like a month where you would be juggling with a lot. Things would feel they are not going in the right direction for you. You would feel very, very tired. You would feel maybe sick on some days, and you would feel like giving up, you know. The only good thing is that there would be these small moments of hope, small moments of like positivity, where you would feel, okay, no, you know, let me like go ahead and like be positive, let me not think so negative. However, I do feel as if it'll be a tough month mentally and emotionally. I would actually advise many of you to get your vitamin tested, vitamin D and B12, get those blood tests done, and then you may realize that a lot of your moodiness is sometimes maybe, you know, just a function of certain certain vitamins and minerals lacking in your body. Okay, for those who are single and looking to get married, I feel some sort of a solid proposal could be coming your way in the month of November, and not one but many. And it could be like options, you know, and then you may have to do that groundwork and like figure out who is the right option. You may also have to like get a background check done on certain people. So I see all of those energies here. Marriage, bringing together a life in the world, giving birth. And for those who are not just married, a wedding or meeting somebody right. And for those who have been married for a while, I also sense issues in your home. That's going to be a key theme in the month of November. Okay, moving on to career. I do feel as if on the career front, there could be simply some new idea coming to life in your mind. However, I don't feel just yet you're going to be getting any sort of support or validation of that idea from anybody around you. I don't think people around you would know how to help you or how to participate into bringing that idea alive for you. And they would also be expecting some more stronger steps from you instead of, you know, just chatter about it or like baby steps. They would want you to take the plunge, take your time to basically settle or bring it to a state, you know, where other people can also pitch in into that idea. And I don't mean it like in form of just funding, but also like the emotional and mental support you might be seeking. Okay, I feel as if some of you may have started your Shani Mahadasha, or you could be like in peak Sade Sati. Okay, so there's a chance that, you know, you're just generally feeling very negative. Like, some of you could definitely be in your Sade Sati in this file, and you could be like feeling very, very negative. Everything would be feeling doubly, triply hard to you right now, you know, in your life. It's not that bad. That's all I want to say, you know. It's not that bad. You're being advised to stick to your stance in certain situations. Do not bend over. Do not try to be amicable. In case you feel that you're being disrespected in that process, or your amicability is not really mutually beneficial to you and the other party. Now, for all those who do not have any issues with in-laws, or you feel like this reading is not going to be relatable because, oh my god, we have fantastic relationships in our life, it is going to be a very good month for couples. However, there might be some hard conversations and hard talks that you may have with each other, because see, not everything is just about like breaking off or extreme, right? Sometimes it's just like that, oh, this was not a good month between us because there was a lot of disconnect in how we understood each other. There were certain things that I needed maybe clarity on, or there are certain things I needed to take a stand on that I'm unwilling to change these, and this is how it's going to be. For very few, I feel, as if you are on the last leg of realizing that how maybe the idea of love marriage is not going to work out, and you may have to like opt for arranged marriage. There is something about some sort of desire that you had for a very long time, and I feel that your call is going to get answered because you literally have this card here of praying. I don't know if I mentioned it earlier. I did want to say that there is something about praying in this pile. I did not see this card then. Now that I have, I would say that it's important that this pile picks up some activity or some ritual regarding prayers. It's going to really, really help. Some tiny thing daily. And again, about praying, I haven't said anything about affirmation or anything else. All I'm saying is praying. You need to pray. I don't know why for this pile more so specifically, I feel as if you need to do something with like Radharani or Krishnji or Vishnu. Yeah. Okay, with the card of divine blessings, we anyway see that, all those people who are trying to sort out their marriage or people who are trying to get married, there is definitely some sort of a blessing coming along your way. I do feel this blessing is more to do in your personal life and your relationships, and maybe being blessed with a child for those who have been trying to get pregnant for a long time. For some, the pregnancy might come as a surprise. Like, what? No, not right now. And then you will come to accept it, of course. I don't know why I just heard injections. Injections, rest, injections, painful, low energy. Yeah, I don't know what's up on that. Maybe some of you may get like iron shots in the month of November. Okay, listen, also around the month of November, be a little careful. There's a chance that you may discover something about your partner or somebody that you really saw in a different light. Like, maybe a sibling figure or a friend that you thought genuinely always had your back, and you may realize that no, they have not been the most real with you about you. Or you may discover something that they said maybe behind your back or something, and it may pinch you more than it should, okay? So yeah, I definitely feel as if this is a very strong karmic period in your life. This is a very confusing period. It's going to be a confusing period for you, because it'll all feel like, why is this happening? Like, why is this happening? Like, what is it trying to tell me? So there are certain karmic debts that are being paid off, and not just in this month. I think from the onset of this month also, for the coming next few months. There could be a lot more focus also on money in the month of November. Like, you want to save, you want to grow your money, and you might, for you it's not even an advice. This is going to be a reality that you're going to be much more conservative with money in the month of November. I do feel it's something to do with business, or like starting something in your business, some new idea, some sort of something you want to do. Even if it's something like becoming a content creator, you want to do something which may not get confidence in the first few weeks, from other people. So advice is also, take the plunge. Don't wait for people to join and support. Just go ahead and do it. Be prepared to work very, very hard. Before you take the plunge, it's a good idea to again just sit with yourself and make a plan. Okay, I mean, that is also actually a part of taking plunge only, right? Like, make a plan, have everything very clear in your head, know what you're doing, why you are doing. I can't shake off the feeling as if there is going to be some sort of a major change in your life, okay, in regards to personal dynamics. Yeah, there is some major change for which you may not have been like so. I mean, this is not something that you ever thought of. It could be something sudden. And see, while I say these things now, they of course sound very like, oh my god, what's going to happen? So please don't get anxious. That is not the point. You anyway have the moon card here. You may already be dealing with moments of grave anxiety and then suddenly bursts of happiness. Don't stick to my tone or the intensity in which with I'm speaking. All I'm just saying is there's going to be some sort of a sudden change or transformation, I feel, in terms of your personal relationships. Could also be in regards to your, because of your career, like, maybe you were expecting family to support but they are not, and then suddenly, it just leads up to something more. So yeah, this was it for your month of November. Let me just pull out some more cards and see if there's anything else we need to know. I saw this card earlier also, but it had fallen off right when I channeled. So I was just wondering, should I take it or not? It had fallen off with the pile, with the entire half deck. Interesting. So many swords. Yeah, a tough period for you. I feel it's both. Oh, interesting. I feel some of you are going to be questioning in the month of November that why am I not able to work as hard as others? Why don't I have that drive or that will when I have all the desires? Oh, very important message. Yeah, in the month of November, you will question yourself that I have all the desire, but why do I not work hard for it? And I think that will also play up in your mind, that are you very entitled in your mind? You just expect other people to provide for you. What is your role in your life? And I think this all will also make you very disturbed. Another message, definitely, that you are very tired of the hard work also, and you feel the rewards have never been as great as they could have been. Don't worry about that right now. Sometimes news of hard work makes it big many years later. So that should not be your worry. I also feel many of you are slightly lost or questioning where is that willpower lost, okay? And that is also making you feel bad. But anyway, the good news is you're going to be overcoming it all. Another thing, if there are people in your life who have been troubling you and you want to put boundaries with them and you want to ensure that you are heard and the communication is very clear, I think you would be able to do that. Okay? Now I'm going to be referring to this book today for a message for you. What do we have for the pile 2 with the card orange juice, the squeeze? What is it that they need to hear right now? Right view. Our view is a way of understanding the world. It's based on our perceptions. Right view is a view that transcends this dualistic thinking. A living insight into the reality of life. If we don't have the right view, our thoughts, speech, actions will not be skillful and will lead to more suffering. For example, right thinking and right speech are based on right view, and at the same time they nourish right view. Our happiness and happiness of those around us depends on the degrees of right view. With our daily practice, we nourish the seeds of right view. What the fuck is the right view? This is a bit confusing. I'll read this one. Identifying seeds. All potential states of mind exist as seeds in our unconscious mind. So when we are mindful, it helps us identify all these seeds in water, only the ones that are most wholesome. Something in each of the seed touches us, and if we love our When one approaches us, we feel aversion. When another one walks away, we feel drawn to her right away. If we love our mother deeply but feel tense when we think of our father, that naturally affects how we respond to others. In this way, we can recognize our seeds. Okay, this was very complicated for some very simple message. With right view, what it is trying to say is that, instead of just seeing the view of the world in form of perception, this is what I think, this is what they think. Can you move away from the dualistic nature and just see things for what they are? The two people in this dynamic who think differently have to navigate through this, or maybe not. I think what this one is talking about, the right view is talking about, is basically practicing that art of simply observing the situation as something that if you've done Vipassana, you would have learned, and not reacting or not thinking about my way or their way, what is the way. Another thing, identifying seeds, some of you maybe would come across a lot of your own patterns in your life, and you would start questioning those patterns, you would start observing those patterns as well. And from there, you would realize that, okay, how certain seeds in your unconscious or subconscious nature are contributing to this. So I feel a month of slightly hard talk, which you're kind of being forced to have with yourself because of whatever's happening in reality in your life, like in 3D. So yeah, all the very best. This was it. Let me know how it resonated. Do come back after a month and tell me. Since it's predictive, I doubt you'll be able to tell me right now. But look forward to your comments and stay connected to my channel. Bye. Hi, pile number 3. If you chose this card, the Eyelander, which seems like it's spam in the box, then this is your reading. What I do feel is as if you're feeling a little boxed in your life right now, or you're just waiting to come out of your own mindset, the box that you have created for yourself in your own mind. There is some sort of like closing a door, or maybe just opening a new door. It's not even about closing a door, it's about, I want to enter this door but I'm just not able to. You're standing in front of that door, it's not latched, you just have to turn the knob around, but you're just like, okay, no, it's not coming, it's not coming, it's not coming, why is it not happening? So you're waiting to get out of the box, the restrictions, the chains. Okay, a lot of energy of looking ahead, looking forward, thinking, planning, looking ahead. Okay, what do I leave, what do I change, what do I do? So, and it's all somewhere revolved around two things, which is A, career or money or financial security, and B, wanting to grow bigger, upgrade. So this upgrade could be as simple as that, I'm in mid management roles and I want to be in a senior management role. It could be wanting to start your own thing. It could be wanting to take a bigger plunge, bigger risk in life. So some sort of upgrade and elevation which brings you in your mind in a state of power. That now I feel like I am in power of my life, in control of my life. I feel more powerful. Okay. There's going to be some celebrations spread throughout the month of November, or I feel you might just generally go out quite a lot. Like you will be meeting a lot of people, you will be socializing quite a lot, and I think in just those meetings only mentally you would also decide the chapters you want to close and the chapters you want to take ahead with you. There's a lot of closure in your reading after a certain point in November. You're very good to walk away from certain things. It's not providing you emotional fulfillment anymore. You're very happy to bring on a change. You're constantly thinking about how do I plan this change ahead, take things ahead. You might even have some sort of a discussion with somebody about what you're not going to tolerate anymore or what doesn't work for you. Lot of anxiety, lot of fear, lot of challenging thoughts in your mind. Okay, I do see some sort of a heartbreak also, some maybe realization or some desire gone wrong. Like with these 3 cards, what I feel here is you were looking for a promotion or some sort of growth in your career, especially if you're employed, or even if doing your own thing, some big break, and it didn't happen, and it made you question, is this how you want to continue? Do you need to change your ways, or do you need to change your field, or do you need to change your job? Across those layers of change. There's a lot of luck though in the month of November, and I feel one thing that you should just focus on in the month of November is having fun. The more fun you will have, whatever is allowed by your body to you, things are going to just happen sooner. Clarity is going to come sooner. There could be an idea that you have been festering, something that you're very passionate about, that you truly love. November would also be about finding that courage finally within, and accepting that courage would probably come with a lot of hard work, with a lot of like starting from scratch, so prepping yourself to be ready for it, understanding what is it that you would need to let go for that prep work, aligning yourself eventually towards the end or maybe towards mid-December with all this confusion that's going to prevail in November. Some cards that we have here, and it's interesting, I saw the star card peeping in the deck along with the death card, and then the death came, the star did not, and I already had it from this deck. With the star, moon and cups, I don't know why I feel some of you are craving fame right now. Some of you could be fan of Shah Rukh, some of you could be like listening to the song, at least that's the immediate thing that's coming to me, which is Chand Tare Tod Laun, Bas Itna Sa Khab Hai. So you could also be reading up a lot about, wishing, like how wishes come true, wish upon a star. You might start doing moon rituals. I think you would want to align yourself with the universe quite a lot. I think there's a huge change actually coming in you, and suddenly, I am feeling a very positive surge in my body, spreading through my heart chakra, that it's almost like in the month of November, very slowly, very tactfully, you're going to be living a life which is all about wish, hope, dream, pray, and it'll happen. Like I literally feel it's like wish, hope, dream, pray, trust the universe, trust the nature, it will happen. I don't know how many of you watched Nobody Wants This season 2, but in season 2, Noah tells Joanne that why don't you tell your worry to the tree? And I was thinking a flip of this would be such a great manifestation ritual also, right? Like if you just tell the tree, if you tell the nature that, hey, can you make this happen for me? It's like, a very physical form of actually communicating with the universe. You're telling it to the nature. So I would actually suggest this as one remedy to people who have picked up this pile. Find a tree that you're really fond of and tell it to the tree. It's so funny, as I said this, I remembered something about me. It's kind of an overshare. When I was young, there was this little bush, okay, and I used to love it. If I'll find the name of that flower and I'll put it down in the comments. It gave this particular pink flower in a very different form, okay. So I had that tree and I absolutely loved it. And I think in school they were getting this thing done that, make trees your friends, etc., etc. So anyway, I used to sit with that tree for good periods every day and make it like my friend and talk to the tree like my friend. It of course felt pretentious then also. But it's so funny because I feel as if some sort of a similar advice is being given to you, or is what I'm able to gather as I read your pile and I get in tune with my emotions and intuition. So yeah, okay, moving on. We have Gita, the absolute truth. Okay, interesting. You might actually be starting some sort of a scripture study. Like, it could have been on your mind to maybe get back to reading self-help books or scriptures. And I think you're going to devote time to it now in a systematic manner. Okay, and that will also help you coming in this energy. Then we have the end. There are things that are coming to end for sure. But I don't know why this card has come up, because I look at this card as if, oh, you know, you need to prepare for it. But in your pile, it feels like you're going to be prepared for it. This is something you're very much looking forward to. An end of your current energy, current phase. Then we have the 5th house. See, this is the house of creativity, of romance. With this 7th house, I do feel as if, you know, two key wishes or two distinct wishes, depending upon what you resonate with for this pile, could be that somebody is trying to manifest love, the feeling of home, okay, and the other is somebody is trying to manifest something big in their career, because both the houses are about creativity and romance, marriage and business. So I feel the 5th and 7th house is getting activated. Okay, and with the 10th house, of course, I'm leaning much more towards, you know, you trying to activate your career, or I feel like, you know, you feel like, let me sort one part of my life, then I want to move to another. So anyway, love, career, and career is for sure getting activated in the month of November, or conversations around these things. Okay, now let's see from final tarot deck if there's anything else that needs to be known. See, relocation, changing, but you're worried about finances and the fact that, you know, you'll have to really maneuver and manage your hard work. I think I spoke of hard work earlier also, that you'll have to prep yourself to start from scratch. No, what I think, I just said that, you know, it's like starting from ground up or scratch. I don't know if I ever mentioned the word hard work. I'm hearing the word hard work much more strongly now. Hard work, hard work. You'll have to work hard. I think I'm going to be very confused between what do I choose? Do I choose the change, or do I stay where I am? Do I take the boat? And I think you are going to be taking the boat. Going to be setting your shore in some other part. I feel like you're going to also relocate, maybe some of you, or some big change about a switch in your life, and then you're going to choose the other side. Okay, any planets? Something to do with Rahu and Ketu, huh? Rahu and Ketu are getting active, and you know what? It's actually a brilliant thing, because it's transformation. You know, Ketu could be in your 8th house, Rahu could be in your 8th house, Rahu could be in your 6th house. So there's a lot of transformation that you could be going through right now also. There's something to do with money, like, you know, you wanting to grow your money by cutting off the base from something that you are engaged in. So, okay, that's that. Now I'm going to be today reading a message from this. This is the book, flipping it. Message for pile number 3. What do they need to know about the month of November? I'm leaning towards opening this page, okay? Walking meditation. Mindful breathing, mindful walking can bring a lot of happiness. See, walking also here. Basically, it's about being connected with the nature. If you're walking, walk barefoot. I think that will also help you. When you're walking, you don't think about arriving anywhere. You're just simply putting your feet on earth. If irritation arises, recognize it. Say, hello, my irritation, I know you're there. Say hello, goodbye, come back to your steps. This is basically a form of meditation. Each time we are walking, even if we are walking within our home, it's an opportunity to be mindful of every walking step. Each step nourishes, heals, and brings insight. I think you need to hear this. Can you see? Take a screenshot and read later. Okay. Then we have looking with the eyes of compassion. Learning to look at others with the eyes of compassion is a wonderful practice. Each day you can celebrate your 24 brand new hours to make the vow to look at the blessings with, to look at all beings with the eyes of compassion. Okay. I don't know why I feel like one more message. look without seeing. A tree reveals itself to an artist only when the artist can establish the relationship with tree. And see, I was talking about trees, and suddenly I felt like something else I want to look up, and then the tree came up. If you're not fully ourselves, fully human, we may look at fellow humans without truly seeing them. When we are in touch with ourselves, it's easier to see others. The question is a human future possible is meaningless unless we ask this question. So we need to come home to ourselves, get in touch with ourselves, and then be in touch with the world around us. Interesting. I think this is for people who are looking for romance. Do not be discriminate is the second message. We have a dualistic way of looking at the world, good, bad, right or wrong. But the art of non-discrimination, or the wisdom of it, is that there's an understanding of a deeper non-dualistic nature of things. So this way we understand that some things are beyond our concept, and this is also practiced in Buddhism, even the book says so. And in quantum physics also, scientists have been observing this, that objects of mind are created by the mind itself. So the way we perceive the world is entirely dependent on the way we look at it, and hence look at us. I feel as if you are being told that, with all these changes, with whatever you are feeling, you need to understand that the way you look at yourself, maybe there is something there which could be either still a gap in you, which is holding the key to open that door for you. It's like you still need to, even if you feel that you've been doing a lot of self-work, etc., this is a new arena, what you're facing right now. So within this situation, you need to understand and get to know yourself better, have the right conversations, and that will suddenly bring that insight and that courage to open the door that you're standing in front of. Okay, so this was it, your reading, pile number 3. I hope you liked it, and please do leave a comment below. Planning to be more regular here now, so show support, guys. Okay, bye.